If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. You want to make money, get in amazing shape, and be more productive, and you can't be natural. Not 100% natural. In this video, I'm going to go through my entire productivity and fitness stack. Productivity and fitness, they go hand in hand. Everything you do to be more productive so you can get more money, you got to do it with your body. You need your body in tip-top shape, your body and your mind. Diet and exercise, that's the foundation. But you can turn that up a notch with some enhancements. So I want to go from a whole stack, my whole biohacking stack. I'm something like the ghetto Brian Johnson, except I don't look like a friendly ghost. And you ain't gonna have to eat just Brussels sprouts and pills like OJB. It's gonna be some gangster shit. A lot of this shit you'll have to get from a doctor unless you know a guy. I get my from the doctor, but there is a guy. But I do all my under medical supervision. Hey, real quick, just disclaimer for any YouTube moderators, this is not advice. You shouldn't do nothing I'm about to say in this video. I'm just telling you what I do. Multi-millionaires, single-digit body fat. Why would you want that? All right. So here's my bro hacking get money stack. We starting off in the morning. I know some people have these wild ass morning routines where they gotta make their bed and jump in a cold plunge, worship the sun, write in a fucking gratitude journal, and all types of other loser shit. Here's my morning routine. I wake up no later than 6 a.m., sometime between 5 and 6 a.m., depending on when I went to sleep. I immediately head straight to the bathroom because I gotta urinate in the morning. First thing, so I go, and I urinate. And then I go drink some pre-workout that was made the night before. As soon as I'm up. Why am I doing this? Because I want to wake up and coffee's not a fucking enough caffeine for the big dog. Maybe for your bitch ass. But I need 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine. And I wash that down with something called Bronkaid. Bronkaid is an asthma medication, but it has a drug in it called ephedra. Ephedra is a potent appetite suppressant, which is cool because I might not eat immediately, or at least not a lot, but it also gives you a ton of energy. So when I was a kid, every fat burning pill had ephedra in it, but they banned it for some reason. I guess some fucking people died or some shit. And they banned it in bodybuilding supplements, but you can still get it behind the pharmacy. You just gotta go show that bitch your ID. Say, give me some of that ephedra, ho. And she gonna look at your IG, scan it, make sure you ain't in the cartel or some shit, and then she gonna give you it. And it's super simple. Man, you can get that shit with 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine, you are ready to go. You are ready for anything. Then I have a water bottle, about 16 ounces of water. In that water is that shit LMNT, the watermelon flavor. I drink that in a minute because I want to replenish my electrolytes. But this is how it starts off. 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine, an electrolyte packet, and ephedra. Before the sun rises, I shit, shower, and shave in that order. By the time I'm done shitting, shower, and shaving, pre-workout starts moving. It's starting to move through my bloodstream. And before that shit kicks in, probably have my first meal, 2 cans of sardines real quick. We're gonna talk about diet, but one thing that's important is I don't eat carbs. I do the ketogenic diet. The reason I like sardines is because perfect keto macros and no fucking prep and no clean. Just open up the can, eat it with a plastic fork, throw the can and the fork away. Then I start doing cardio. I do about an hour of cardio on my exercise bike. I'm on that shit while I'm going live on TikTok and Instagram simultaneously. I got 2 phones to do that shit. I use y'all as my entertainment while I'm doing cardio because it's kind of boring. I have my first meeting with my sales team. Then it's time to start taking some more drugs. So twice a week, I inject testosterone. Yeah, twice a week in my butt. And I've been on testosterone replacement therapy for about 3 years. 4 years now. Like I started right before I turned 39 because every man's natural testosterone starts to drop at age 30. My testosterone, it wasn't like crazy low. It was in the normal range, but it was at the low end of the normal range. The doctor said, hey, you can either wait till this is a big problem or you can make sure it's never a problem. And I said, well, what would be the benefits if I got on it now? He said, you'll probably have more energy. I said, give it to me. But then he said, you'll probably have more energy. Probably gonna be easier for you to stay ripped and put on a little bit of muscle because your testosterone will be higher. Your mood will improve and you'll probably get better sleep. What are the cons? There's got to be something negative. He said, well, the only thing you really have to worry about is if you want to have kids, you're going to have to come off it. I was like, whoa, hold the fuck up. Did you just say this shit's going to make me better, stronger, faster, and I won't be able to get no girls pregnant? You should have led with, give me twice the amount. And yo, as a result, I have so much more energy, way more focus, way more drive. I sleep better. It's been all around positive experience for me. Made way more money. I would not suggest you get on testosterone. Well, first of all, you got to get it from a doctor. So a doctor has to prescribe it unless you know a guy. They do my blood work every 90 days to make sure I'm healthy. And they adjust how much I take based off my blood work. So don't even consider this shit unless you are over 35. Because once you on it, you got to stay on it. If you're under 35, your testosterone is probably the same as what mine is right now. I'm old. I'm still in the normal range of testosterone. So twice a week, I'm injecting that testosterone. I've also been experimenting with a peptide called Testosterone. I don't know if it's doing fucking anything. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if it's doing anything. I can't recommend it, but I'm experimenting with it. I'll keep you posted. But I also take 3 times a week, I inject B vitamins in me. And that B vitamins that gives you more energy and shit too. And then I probably just work for hours. The trade, I work, blah, 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 working for fucking hours till about 11. At 11, that's when I eat my first real breakfast, which is gonna be a keto breakfast. Usually about between 6 and 8 eggs, maybe some avocado, maybe some steak, depending on how my girl feels like getting it in, you know. A big salad, green vegetables on keto. A lot of people don't know that, it's a misnomer. And a bowl of berries. Berries is the only fruit you can eat on keto because they're low glycemic index. And the reason I wanna eat this stuff is because calories will determine your body size, right? If you don't get enough calories, you're gonna get small. If you get a lot of calories, you're gonna get big. The macronutrients will determine your body composition, right? Macronutrients are proteins, fats, carbohydrates. And your micronutrients will really play a big role in your energy levels and how healthy you are and how good you feel. So it's calories, macros, micros. And I want to make sure I'm getting enough micros. So I eat a big salad and berries. And that's going to handle the majority of my micronutrients every day. And the macros, that's pretty much handled by the steak and eggs I'm eating. I get the fats and the proteins. I don't get a lot of carbs. There's not a lot of carbs in the salad, and there's not a lot of net carbs in the berries. Now, here's the thing about energy, guys. If you want to have more energy, you really have to control your glucose levels. Like, you motherfuckers will eat goddamn children's cereal in a muffin for breakfast and wonder why you don't have energy. I'll tell you why, bitch nigga. Because when you eat simple carbohydrates, or just carbohydrates in general, what happens is they convert into glucose or glycogen. When your blood glucose levels go above 110, your pancreas will secrete a hormone called insulin. Insulin's job is to take all that extra glucose out of you to keep you alive, because if it doesn't, you die. The problem is it takes the glucose out indiscriminately, right? It's gonna take as much of it out as it can. You had these fucking spike in glucose, then you have a huge dip in glucose, and that's why you get tired after you eat. Doctors call this the itis. That does not happen to me. My glucose levels never get out of control because I don't eat a lot of carbs. I'm not saying you gotta go keto like me, but this is a fucking cheat code. Eat the carbs after you're done working. If you're gonna eat carbs today, just eat them when you're done working. I promise you, you will get more done during the day if you don't eat carbs during the day, especially simple carbs. And there can be benefits to that because those carbs will make you sleepy from the glucose spike. You might sleep better. When it comes to macronutrients, carbs barely qualify, right? Because check it out. Essential amino acids, those are protein. Essential fatty acids, those are fats. There's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. So I just omit those. I'm not saying you gotta go full keto like me. I've been keto like 9 years. If you wanna get more work done during the day so you can get more money, push the carbs back to the end of the day. Don't fucking eat cereal for breakfast. Motherfuckers eat pancakes for breakfast. Cake is in the name, bitch nigga. Motherfuckers eat muffins. Yo, the muffin was invented as an excuse for people to eat cake for breakfast. Wondering why you tired. Fuck that shit. Anyway, so that food is a big part of my biohacking stack. After I eat that breakfast, I get back to work because I'm not fucking sleepy like you is after you eating motherfucking hash browns for breakfast. You know, it's noon, probably time for another 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine. I take a lot of caffeine. Now, here's the thing. Some people say, man, you shouldn't need all that caffeine, blah, blah, blah. Or you need that caffeine because you don't eat carbs. Shut up, bitch, nigga. I don't need caffeine at all. I don't need any of this stuff I'm telling you. I enjoy it. I would do this shit even if I wasn't working hard. I take caffeine recreationally. I just love it. And here's the thing. Caffeine is a nootropic. It's a potent performance enhancer. So studies show that when people take caffeine, their cognitive abilities jump up, and you can have more mental focus with caffeine. So even if I don't need caffeine, you don't need caffeine. We're talking about being the best we can be. We're not talking about needs. The only thing you need is food, water, and shelter. We're talking about optimization here. I don't need to be on testosterone. I was still in the normal levels. I was at the exact right range I was supposed to be for a 40-year-old man. But I don't want to be that. I was talking about optimization, not necessities. So again, you don't need none of this stuff. More caffeine. Maybe more ephedra at this point, because I want to be going at top speed. And then I put on a nicotine patch. Yeah, nicotine, because nicotine is a potent nootropic. There's tons of evidence on this, tons of studies that nicotine increases cognitive performance. I'm working hard, but I'm working with my brain. And it's gonna make your brain function better. I am with it. So I throw a nicotine patch on, the highest one you can get, and then I get a constant source of nicotine while I get back to work. I'm not trying to be normal. Again, you don't need any of this. This is all about optimization, being the best we can be, going super fucking hard. So nicotine patch, that's the next part of the stack. So what we got so far? Shitload of caffeine, nicotine, ephedra, testosterone, injectable B vitamins, and the peptide, because we're trying to take it to the next level. So you gotta imagine, I'm super hype at this point. Now you can't start taking as much caffeine as me. I've been abusing caffeine since I was fucking 16. I'm not doing any of this stuff at the expense of my health. Like my cardiovascular, I have the EKGs, my heart is in, even though I'm taking tons of caffeine. Oh, so let's talk about skincare real quick before I get into the rest of the stack. Sometimes people ask me, hey Brandon, what do you do for your skin, man? How do you look so young and luxurious all the time? What do you do for your skin? Nothing, just a ketogenic diet. There's tons of studies show that keto clears your skin up. So even if you hate keto for whatever reason, if you got skin problems, acne, shit like that, go keto for a month. All that shit will clear up. What is acne? Inflammation. If you're not spiking your glucose, there's no inflammation. And so your skin will just naturally clear up. I don't do shit. And when they put animals on a ketogenic diet, they live longer, healthier lives. You gotta remember, the ketogenic diet was invented by doctors in 1920 to cure kids with epilepsy because the pharmaceutical drugs at the time were a little too harsh for the children. So they put them on keto because keto is actually good for your brain. They found that the ketogenic diet was good for your brain. But y'all don't want to hear about diet. Y'all want to hear about the fucking drugs. Now here's where it gets kind of crazy. I don't do this every day, but it depending on how much work I have to do that day, I'll take Adderall. But Adderall is a fucking controlled substance and it's addictive. Use this one with caution. Yeah, caffeine's addictive and nicotine's addictive, but who cares? That shit is cheap. But Adderall, a little different, right? I have a prescription for all this shit. I will take Adderall on days when I have to really lock in and really concentrate, and that takes it to the next level on top of all the other shit. It's not a game. I also take about 10 grams of creatine each day. You only need 5 grams of creatine for your muscle, but if you want it to improve your brain, you need to take higher doses. You can take up to 20 grams of creatine per day, every day, and it's fine for your body, it's safe and effective. But what they notice is when you start doing high dose creatine, it actually starts improving your brain function. It helps with your mood. I don't know why I don't take 20. I need to, you know what, as of today, I'm bringing it up to 20, but I've been taking 10 grams of creatine for years. Every day. That's most of the supplement stack. I'm working all day. I probably don't eat another meal till dinner. If I need a little snack, I'll get some almonds, maybe a protein bar or a protein shake. Only because I don't want to have to stop to eat. I want to keep working, stay in deep work. Eating takes time. And then at dinner is I'll have my big meal. Today is going to be a bunch of chicken thighs, a bunch of pulled pork, and a huge salad. Then it's time for the nighttime supplement stack, because I want to sleep good. You got to sleep like a fucking boss. Here's what the nighttime stack looks like. I take magnesium, L-theanine. L-theanine just helps you calm down your nervous system. Ashwagandha does a lot of the same shit. And then Unisom. Unisom is like Tylenol PM without the Tylenol. And I sleep like a fucking rock. It takes me like about 5 minutes for me to go to sleep. Like my Oura tracks it. And yo, my deep sleep is like really good. I get like 2 hours of deep sleep per night and about 2 hours, 90 minutes to 2 hours of REM sleep per night. It's not about the duration of the sleep. So some people think it's about the duration of sleep. It's about the quality of the sleep, how much REM sleep and how much deep sleep you got. I've optimized my sleep so much that I'm good off 6 or 7 hours of sleep. Another thing, I am older than you. So the older you get, the less sleep you need. So some other things I do to make sure I sleep well is one, blackout curtains. Make it pitch black in the crib. Also, I turn the AC up If it was up to me, I'd make it around 60 degrees in that bitch, but my girl can't take it, so we compromise around 64. But I also have this thing called a chili pad. So it's a kind of a mattress pad to go on your mattress, and it's connected to this contraption to fill up with water, and it's running cold water underneath you all night. What does that do? Well, you ever flip your pillow over? You need the cool side of the pillow, it feels pretty good, right? Well, imagine if your whole body felt like that all night. Once I got the chili pad, bro, my REM sleep and my deep sleep went through the roof. Plus the supplements I take before I go to sleep, I'm in good shape, man. I got my shit dialed in. So basically, about 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day. You gotta work your way up to that. Most of you guys, you can't handle that. Ephedra 2 to 3 times a day. Nicotine patch, testosterone, tesamorelin, injectable B vitamins, Adderall when I need it. Then at night, Unisom, L-theanine, magnesium, ashwagandha, that's biohacking right there, is lit. This shit is kind of expensive. I'm gonna be honest with you. All this shit is expensive, man, but I'm rich, so it's all good. But this shit helped me get rich. I've been biohacking. I'm more productive as a result. Now, there's one more thing I do. Maybe once a month, maybe less. But I'm doing it like right now. I'll go on a 72-hour fast. I'm like 70 hours into one right now. I haven't eaten in like 70 hours. And the reason I do that every few months is twofold. When I film like a lot of my content, especially a lot of short form content, I film it in bulk. Like I'm filming like between 40 and 80 pieces of content at once. Then I send it to the editors and shit. A lot of times I have my shirt off in that content. I want to be super ripped for that shit. So that 72-hour fast, I get fucking super shredded during that time. But more importantly, I try to schedule that at the same time where I'm tackling a lot of big projects. I got way more time during the 72-hour fast to work because I'm not spending time eating. I don't lift weights when I'm doing a 72-hour fast. Some people do, but I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I can take 3 days off. It'll be fine. I've been working out for 27 years. I can take 3 days off. I just get way more work done. So these last 3 days have been some of my most productive days. Now, if you're doing a 72-hour fast, I have no idea how people do it without a ton of caffeine and bronchaid. I never take it past 72 hours. The side effects is it's difficult for me to sleep a little bit, not just because of all the caffeine, but also just because what happens is your cortisol starts to really rise when you're doing a prolonged fast because your body's in kind of a fight or flight mode. So like the cortisol will keep you awake a little bit. I get super fucking cold. Like right now, I'm sweating and shivering simultaneously. I'm gonna eat tonight. I'm gonna break the fast tonight, and tomorrow I'm gonna be super shredded. Tomorrow and the next day. So I'm a film like somewhere between 40 and 80 pieces of content. But none of this would matter if I didn't have my diet and my workout locked in. If you want some help with that, I am taking on a few online training clients. If you want me to come up with a plan to help you get in amazing shape, there's an application somewhere where you can learn more about it and apply. Now, if you do apply for the application, you're gonna get sent an automatic text message. Don't respond to that text message. I'm gonna ignore your application, all right? All right, let's get it.